In this video, we're going to do a little diecast haul of 4 models we recently received. Today it's going to be a little bit more European with a lot of supercars. We have 2 Lamborghinis, a Ferrari, and then a Mercedes AMG. It's a pretty cool selection and a nice color variation as well. As a lot of diecast reviews, they're from 4 different brands, and we'll go through the specs of each car individually, then do close-ups before the final conclusions and comparisons with other cars we have on hand. If you're just interested in one of the cars, I'll put links in the description for individual reviews, and you can also jump ahead with the timestamps in the description as well. So with that, we'll jump into it. The first car here is a MiniGT. So this is number 1121. It's the 30th anniversary with the Viola 30th matte color finish. So very cool. Basic box packaging. Retails for $12.69. Fully licensed. Metal body, metal base, rolling rubber tires. And again, it has a really cool metallic matte. So it's a fun combination. You can see the metallic flake, but then it has a matte finish instead of a glossy one. Really nice wheels that roll very smoothly. And then you have acrylic headlights and painted on taillights and even an exposed V12. The Revuelto is actually part of the V12 lineup in Lamborghini, and this one is actually a hybrid. So one of the first hybrids in their lineup with 1,000 horsepower. So a combination of naturally aspirated V12 that you can actually see in the back with 3 different electric motors to really propel this ahead for even more power and speed. Nice carbon fiber detailing on here as well. And otherwise acrylic headlights again, side mirrors, and all the details you expect for a MiniGT. So pretty high quality and still being quite affordable. The other Lamborghini we have here is the Murcielago. This is from the brand LCD. So a nice acrylic display with this one. Retail price is about $29, so quite a bit more expensive. You get the carbon fiber base on here, single screw, and again, fully licensed. You can actually see the Lamborghini license on here. And a really nice model. You can see it has a beautiful green paint, metal base, metal body, rolling rubber tires. You even have contrasting interior and acrylic headlights and taillights with really beautiful detailing. You even have separate pieces for the badging, so you can see how it stands out a little bit more. Same thing on the side. Again, on the back, and even have an opening engine cover, but you sort of need a tool to open as it's very tight. This one, again, part of the V12 lineup. It also has a motor, but it's pretty hard to see without additional light, but it's nice to have the additional detail here with the opening part. It's available in a couple of colors. The green one's the coolest one, but it's also available in black and red, and a really nice model overall, so I definitely recommend this one. Then for the more affordable option, we have the Ferrari F40. This is not the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo that has a lot more hype around it. This is the older Tomica Premium line. So you can see the box is almost smaller than the actual car, which is interesting. This is released in about 2019. In the US, it's about $12. Plastic base, metal body, and they have rolling wheels, but again, plastic. And this one has an opening part, which is really cool. So you can actually see the turbocharged V8 with the opening rear hatch, acrylic headlights, and taillights, but not quite as detailed as the TLVN, but that one costs 4 or 5 times as much as this. So this one's a really good bargain. That looks great, nicely proportioned. It's 1/62nd scale, not 1/64th, but you can see next to all the other cars, you can barely tell. The final car here is the Mercedes AMG. It's made by the brand Rhino Model. Comes with an acrylic display. Not a licensed model. You can see pretty simple box on here. Basic plaque. Retails for about $20. Metal body, metal base, rolling rubber tires. You actually have detailed interior with the wood grain. No opening parts, but acrylic headlight, taillight, separate piece for the exhaust. And you even have separate pieces for the windshield wiper or the headlight wiper. So pretty cool, nice Mercedes badging, and a pretty clean car overall. That's one of those classic pre-merger cars from AMG when it was just a separate tuner house. It's available in a few colors too, a black color, which looks really good, and a purple one, which is a little bit unusual, but the white one really suits the car pretty well. Here you can see the MiniGT Revuelto on the turntable, and looks really good. The matte metallic paint looks nice, and it's a very unique color. It's the 5th release within the MiniGT lineup, and they have another pre-order coming up, but it still looks really good, and it's a nice recolor of their casting. Nice sharp lines, and you have great definition with the little side vents, the carbon fiber engine cover, and the carbon fiber rear diffuser. The wheels are probably my favorite part of this car. Nicely defined, really sharp spokes with the Lamborghini logos in the middle. If we take a closer look, you can see nice headlights with the daytime running lights drawn on. You have acrylic on the main headlight portion, separate grills here, Lamborghini logo, and then you can see nice clear glass here with the side mirrors, which are the rubber design. Again, the wheels look amazing with the Lamborghini logo. It would have been nice if there's brake calipers behind this, but as a lot of mini GT cars, they just don't have it. Hopefully they introduce that in the future, as a lot of their competitors have it. The taillights look really good. They're super narrow, but they just look like metallic paint, which suits it because they're so thin. Black exhaust, which sort of blends in. And then the coolest part is the engine here. You can see it's actually part of the interior mold, but it looks pretty good. You have the Lamborghini text on there, and again, that carbon fiber detailing. Overall, they did the casting really well, so nice sharp lines. And you can see even with this paint job, it really shows off the sharp character lines running down and that really sharp wedge design that Lamborghini is known for. Here you can see the LCD Lamborghini Murcielago on the turntable, and it's a really beautiful car with the green pearl paint. It really reflects nicely, and you have that kind of silver or gold reflection with the flakes on the inside. Really nicely defined headlights, taillights, chrome wheels. Thankfully, they're not the black ones that showed in the original pre-order photos, so the chrome definitely stands out better. You have the nice scoops on the side skirts, big rear view mirrors and side mirrors, and then beautiful taillights as well with the separate exhaust pieces. Take a closer look, you can see those headlights are really stunning. You have the individual bolt detail, separate piece for the Lamborghini badge, and then even the windshield nice and clear with the white seats in there that provide nice contrast. And the interior even has more detailing, so you can see silver rings. And on the steering wheel, there's actually gauges behind it, but it's just really hard to get a good shot of that. The wheels, again, roll nice and smooth, so just like you would expect. And it's just a really stunning car overall with that wedge design. The taillight is probably my favorite part about this car, though. It really has a lot of depth to it thanks to the acrylic. It's not just painted on. And you have the exhaust pieces that look really good. So metal tips, so they actually go in quite deep, so you get the nice black shadow rather than just paint. You do have an opening part, but again, super hard to open. You really have to kind of grab it from the slit. And then, again, it's hard to get a good shot of it, but it's pretty basic detailing. It would have been nice if there's a little bit more going on. But obviously the shadows with the opening part. But it looks really good. The body panel gaps are nice and sharp, and this has a glossy finish. But definitely one of my favorite cars, and I'll be buying more LCD models. Now with the Lamborghinis, it's also really cool, again, side by side. These are all V12 cars. So it started with the Diablo. This is the first generation from MicroTurbo. It's a really cool model. It's around $50, so much more expensive, and you can see really nicely defined engine. Nice smooth rolling wheels. It has a metallic yellow with pop-up headlights as well. So definitely a lot of parts on here, but much more expensive vehicle. But it looks really cool. And again, this was one of the first V12s in the lineup, and then that evolved into the Murcielago, which is the LCD one that we have in this review. Looks really cool, but obviously the engine not quite as nice, so if you compare that with the MicroTurbo, it's much more basic and seems like it might just be a separate piece kind of molded in. The hatch doesn't open up quite as much, so you can't see quite as much detailing. No pop-up headlights or anything with this one, it's just the fixed headlights. But really nicely defined. I love the paint on this. It really looks good. It looks much more expensive than the MicroTurbo. We're missing the Aventador, so here would have been the Aventador, which succeeded the Murcielago. And then that turned into the Revuelto, which was one of the first hybrid cars. We also have a couple more of these Revueltos coming from different brands, so we'll do comparisons of those when we get them. But it's really cool to see them all together. So that classic wedge design has really evolved over the years. This was a little bit more 80s, 90s looking, so a little bit more square. Got a little bit more modernized with the Murcielago. And then with the Revuelto, they went really crazy with the DRLs. So very thin headlights and taillights. But what I really like about them, they're really cool cars altogether, and you can never go wrong with a V12 Lamborghini. Here you can see the Tomica Premium Ferrari F40 going around in the turntable. Really beautiful car, nicely proportioned with the red paint, Ferrari badging, and then the red bucket seats that really stand out. They did a nice job with this car, even though it's not quite as nice as the TLVN. It's a fifth of the price. The TLVN, when it came out, was around $60. Well, this one's only $12 today. And to get the premium, or to get the TLVN version now, you have to spend even more than $60. So it's definitely a hard car to come by. This one has acrylic headlights, acrylic taillights, and nice mesh paneling. Take a closer look. You can see the headlights don't look that great. They're not quite as clear as, you can't really see the different bulbs, but it's nicely defined. You have the Ferrari badging, all the little vents that come with a Ferrari on the inside, and the black edge running around. Really clean. It feels a lot more expensive than it is. The wheels are a little bit disappointing. They're just kind of flat. They don't have the black detailing to make them stand out, but not surprising. And they're plastic, but they do roll pretty well. They're noisy, but thanks to the little lip on there, it makes it roll really fast as there's limited contact surface. So it'll roll faster than a Hot Wheels. It'll just be noisier. Again, the interior looks really good with that red bucket seats, but no other real detailing. And even the rear view mirror there is kind of plastic, which looks a little bit odd. The best part about this, though, again, is the rear end with that mesh panel, the turn signals, brake lights. The exhaust is pretty basic, but it's there. And then the opening part's really nice. So this looks pretty similar to the TLVN, actually. Not quite as sharp, but you can see the exhaust there. And then the dual air intakes going into the plenum. So nice silver pieces that have good contrast. And you can see the inside of the engine from the top. It is a little bit bigger at 1/62nd scale, but you wouldn't really notice compared to other cars, even when you put them side by side. Here you can see the Mercedes 560 SEC AMG on the turntable. It's a really good looking model. Nicely defined headlights and taillights. You have Mercedes badging, acrylic headlights, taillights, nice interior. Great looking wheels with the silver outside and black face. And great proportions. This is actually a pre-merger AMG car, so it's when there was still a smaller tuning house. And it has a custom wide body kit. And they basically took the S-Class of that era and then made it even more high performance with the improved handling and output. So it's a really cool car in real life, very hard to come by. And it has that classic AMG look with the aggressive wide body and then everything being color matched. So you can see everything's white here. If you take a closer look, really nicely defined headlights. So you can actually see the bulb detailing, turn signals. You have AMG license plate, the Mercedes logo on the top and the bottom. Great looking wheels. They roll nice and smooth. So it's a nice roller, a little bit noisy, but still rolls really well. Interior is really cool. So it actually has that silver or the wood grain detailing on there. Dashboard has some detailing. So it's a pretty nice overall model. You don't really see that with the lower model cars. You can also see it has a nice silver exhaust. Again, rolls nice and smooth. I really like the wheel detailing with all the additional bolts around the three-piece design. So you can see the little bolt detailing around the face that goes around the edge, just like in real life. The rear also looks really good. You have the brake and then the turn signal definition, little AMG badge, and then nice clear windows to see through. The exhaust doesn't have black on the center, but it's still nicely defined and comes out pretty far. As far as Mercedes, we actually have a couple here. We have an older E-Class. We have the 560 AMG. We have an E63 wagon, which is really cool. And then the first generation CLS. I believe this E-Class is a mortal model. You can see it's the lowered version. So the wheels do not rotate, but you have the AMG style wheels. Beautiful red paint. You can see how it really reflects, almost looks like chrome. And this would be closer to the era of the SEC. I believe this was 1989, and I believe this was 80, so it should be pretty close. But you can see the difference between the E-Class and the S-Class. S-Class was much bigger, the more expensive model, while the E-Class is a little bit more affordable. And you can see, even though this is a wagon, the SEC was just a big car, so a really giant coupe. So pretty much the same size. And it looks cool next to each other, but obviously the metallic paint on this one looks really cool. And it has the raised Mercedes logo, which you gotta be really careful of, as they can break off easily, as you can see with the E63 AMG. This one is from King model, and I broke off that Mercedes logo that would have been there. Really cool car though. You can see a much more modern Mercedes. Another wagon, but a high horsepower wagon. I believe this is the twin turbo V8 or bi-turbo. Really nice definition on the wheels. And you can see the styling has really evolved with Mercedes instead of that boxy design. This one's much more curved. Same thing on the rear. Everything just got a lot more curved, but pretty cool model to compare. And then a much more modern one is the Mark I CLS. Again, beautiful red paint. I believe it's from Focal Horizon, and you can see beautiful metallic, really nice wheels, smooth roller, and it has that classic coupe styling. So it's a four-door, but you can see how it slopes back. and was a really cool car. It's based on the E-Class, but much more premium, and still available today in different versions, but this was the first generation. Looks really cool. Nice defined exhaust, and again, the interiors on these are amazing with the kind of contrasting tan and black. So if you like Mercedes, definitely a lot of models out there to choose from. So as far as final thoughts, we're pretty happy with all the models. It's a very cool collection of V12 Lamborghinis, the classic Ferrari F40, and what I like about the Tomica Premium, it's a lot more affordable. You get some additional features like the suspension, don't add that much, but the opening part looks really good. And it's a quarter of the price, or a fifth of the price really, of the TLVN. The Mini GT is always a great value. It's not the best looking Revuelto on the market, but really nicely defined. I just wish they had brake calipers and rotors to set it off, because otherwise the wheels look great and the paint is quite unique. The LCD is probably one of our favorite models here, and we'll definitely order a couple more LCD models as they come along. Beautiful model, really highly detailed, and definitely worth the $30. And then the Rhino Model SEC AMG is kind of a cool car, especially if you're into those kind of Radwood era cars. Really nice detail and beautiful interior. So it's kind of amazing, especially when you open up, just how much detail they're able to get in there at 1/64 scale. Really great looking wheels, nice headlights, taillights. So a cool collection, even though this one doesn't have any opening parts. So overall, definitely recommend these models, and it's a cool collection of cars outside the standard Hot Wheels collection.